Hello guys, it's me Priya Parit. So I'm back again with a new topic for you all, myocardial infarction. Okay. So in this topic we will cover few contents like its introduction, its pathogenesis, and also we will move towards the risk factor and its morphology, clinical features, investigation, followed by complication and medicines. Okay. And first of all I want to say you that what do you mean by myocardial infarction? Okay, so myocardial, okay, so I think you all is a little bit known about myocardium. It's a layer of heart, right? So an infarction is death. Okay, so basically it's the muscles, heart muscles death. Okay, so it's the cardiac muscle, death of cardiac muscles due to prolonged severe ischemia. What do you mean by ischemia? Ischemia is inadequate blood supply. Your blood supply is not proper, okay? And if the ischemia lasts for more than 20 to 30 minutes, it leads to myocardial infarction. Okay, and the most involved artery is right coronary artery and left anterior descending coronary artery. But the most is right coronary artery, okay? So now let's move towards its pathogenesis. And so in pathogenesis we will see that there is a sudden change in erythematous pleth, okay, and erythematous, the inner layer of your vessels, artery, okay. So these changes are due to hemorrhage, erosion, ulceration, rupturing and fissuring, okay. And when it's not ruptured, then your sub endocardial collagen layer, it get exposed and the necrotic pleth is formed, okay. Necrotic pleth is formed, then the platelets comes, they adhere there, and when the platelets come, they activate and release their granules that contains, and they aggregate to form a microthrombi, okay. So then there is a vasospasm, contraction of your blood vessels due to the mediators released from the platelets, okay. And when platelets release their granules and all, and then the coagulation pathway gets activated, and coagulation pathway it's add a thrombus, okay. When it gets activated, it's add a thrombus, it aggregates, forms a clot, and it's add a thrombus, and then the arteriole will block, arterial occlusion, and when it will get occlused, then the blood supply will not be in a proper manner, so there will be severe ischemia. And there will also loss of the oxidative phosphorylation, that means your ATP generation will decrease as blood supply is not proper, and then the accumulation of potential noxious metabolites like lactic acid will accumulate, and if it lasts for 20 to 30 minutes, then it will be reversible. Like you cannot bring it again to its normal state. It will be the irreversible cell injury, and irreversible cell injury will lead. So let's talk about the risk factors. So most important will be atherosclerosis, and age it basically occurs under the 45 to 65 years, and males are greater than the females, okay. So and we will see it in these two types of influenza form. One is transmural and another is subendocardial. In transmural part we will see that the ventricular wall will be thickened fully. Full thickness will be present in the ventricular wall, and in ECG ST level we got elevated, so we can also call it ST elevation in front, okay. And about subendocardial, they will see that the only 1/3 or the 1/2 of the 1/3 or the only 1/2 of the ventricular wall is involved, okay. And there is no elevation in the ST level in ECG, so it is also called non-ST elevation in front, okay. So let's come about its morphology. So within half an hour its changes are reversible, okay, but after half an hour changes are not reversible, okay. So let's about what the irreversible changes morphology we will see, okay. So first we will see about half hours to 4 hours, okay. First we will see about half to 4 hour. In half to 4 hour we will see gross nothing, none, okay. And in microscope we will see that the wavy fibers like this types are formed at the border, and on 4 to 12 hours we will see that the gross dark mottling is present, and in microscopic coagulation, necrosis, edema, hemorrhage are present. And in 12 to 24 hours, sustained gross, that is dark mottling, will be present. But in microscopic, we will see that at the margin level, contraction bands are present, and necrosis and the neutrophilic filtration is present. And your nucleus got shorter in size, that is called cyanosis of the nucleus. On 1 to 3 days, we will see that the dark mottling with yellow tan in front at the center is present. Okay, yellow tan in front will present at the center. And in microscope, we will see that the coagulation necrosis is present. In 3 to 7 days, we will see that the central yellow tan in front will get soft. Okay, and in microscopy, we will see that the phagocytes are present and the neutrophils get disappear. In 7 to 10 days, we will see that the depressed red tan margins are present, and in microscopy, we will see that the formation of granuloma tissue. All the macrophage and the contents, they will form the granuloma tissue. Granuloma tissue indicates that your tissue is getting a neovascularization, it's getting repair. So in 10 to 14 days, we will see that the red depressed in front is present, and due to the formation of granuloma tissue, new blood vessels will be present and the collagen decomposition will be there. In 2 to 8 weeks, we will see that the styrene is started. So when the styrene started, the new collagen will get decomposed, and it will also increase the cellularity. In more than 2 months, we will see that the styrene has completely completed. Okay, it has fully completed, and due to its completion, it will form and it has completed with the collagen decomposition, right? So it will form a dense collagenous strand. Okay, feature. Its clinical feature, most important, is you will face the severe chest pain, and you will also face dyspnea. What is dyspnea? It is the shortness of your breath. You can feel the palpitation, anxiety, vomiting, and also you will lose your consciousness. Okay, you will lose your consciousness. Okay. So how to investigate it? So we have to do the ECG. In ECG, if we see that there is a ST level is elevated, then it will be the transmural myocardial infarction. Okay. And some cardiac markers we have to also see, like troponin T and I will be increased, CK-MB will be increased, myoglobin will be increased, and aspartate transferrin, that is AST, will also increase. And when it will come to the blood test, then we will see that the total leukocyte count, that is TLC, and erythrocyte segmentation rate, that is ESR, will also increase. Okay, and we have to also get the cardiography of your chest and the echo. What are the complications we will face? The first complication we will face is there will be a pericarditis. This all the layers of your heart will get involved. We will also see thrombosis formation, arrhythmia, that is your walls will get thickened, and also the papillary muscles will not work properly. Okay, so let's come to the medications. Like we have seen that there is formation of platelets, adhesion and activation of platelets. We have seen in pathogenesis, and also we have seen the formation of microthrombi. So do degrade this. We can also use anticoagulant and antiplatelet. We can use some thrombolytics medicine, and so to prevent the cholesterol decomposition, and so we can also use statin. And due to vasospasm, your blood vessels will constrict, and to relax the blood vessels, you can also use acetyl inhibitor. Okay, and you can also use beta blocker. So guys, if you feel any doubts or if you have any question regarding this, you can drop it in a comment box. Thank you so much.